Hello, good morning, everybody. It is currently Tuesday, November 4th. It's 11:30, so yeah, good morning's still applicable. First, I want to apologize for the road noise you're going to hear. Between this road and pulling the trailer behind me, it's making a good bit of noise in here. But I am currently on my way to Columbus, Ohio to pick up a few things that I purchased at auction last week online. First is a single door stainless steel fridge. Second is a set of lockers to use in like an employee break room. Third is an old floor scale, like Fairbanks floor scale. I don't know if it'll be used in production or just as display. Either way, I couldn't really pass up the deal I got it for, or any of the stuff I got it for. But that's the plan for first thing, and then after we pick those items up, I'm going to try and stop at a couple of places and find some reclaimed hardwood floor, if I can find any place that has any that match what I'm looking for. There's a couple spots in the apartments upstairs that we need to patch in some floor to keep it looking original. And I don't want to just patch in anything brand new unless I have to. If I can get the older looking oak flooring to match, that's most ideal. Given that the building was built in 1925, it's 100 years old this year, I want to try to match as much as I can to it. Give it some character and keep things looking authentic in there. That's the plan for today. Alright, so we're currently back at the building here. I've got everything ready to be unloaded. I'll give you a little look at what it looked like when it was loaded in case anybody really cares. Here it is. Here's what I got. I've got a fridge. This is the Fairbanks scale. And the lockers. Now, none of it's very pretty, but that doesn't terribly matter. Some of it's for just regular use, and of course the scale is probably going to be display, so it's not really a big deal what it looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and work on getting this stuff unloaded, and I'll see you guys in a minute. Alright, so here we are. Trailer's unloaded. Took me a few minutes. Get turned around here and I'll show you what we got. So here's the Fairbanks scale. I paid $12 for this, I believe. She said it does still work. They messed with it and it looked pretty accurate. It needs some cleaning up. It does have the pinstriping on it and the Fairbanks logo and pinstriping underneath it still. It says Fairbanks Morse. It is on wheels. It probably won't be getting used for anything production candy wise, but will be a very nice display piece just for in the shop and stuff. Alright, and here is the single door reach-in fridge. It's a little dirty on the inside, but what do you expect when you get stuff from an auction? They did tell me at the place that the only thing they knew is that it was not cooling. And that could mean a few different things. Could just be low in Freon, could have a Freon leak, could be a bad compressor, could just not even be kicking on. It just depends on what it is. Could be an easy fix, could be an expensive fix, but I'll use it as a fridge if it works or if I can get it to work. If not, it'll be used for dry storage to store just made things in. I'll get it all cleaned up, it'll look great. Here are a couple things I actually picked up in Columbus yesterday from another auction. Actually, no, these ones were from an individual. These are sanding pads and buffing pads that are going to be used for refinishing the floors. Here's a couple of things I got from the auction yesterday. It's a 3-bowl sink and 2 small hand sinks. The 3-bowl sink is pretty rough, but I think it'll do the trick for what we need in the candy side to be able to wash the candy equipment over there. Those normally run between $400 and $1,500. I paid $83 for this one. So with a little bit of elbow grease and some time, it won't look too bad because it's all stainless. I will be putting longer legs on it there to bring it up to a more user-friendly height. A new faucet so that it will spray, hand sprayer and everything. 2 hand sinks. These, the cheapest ones you can find, are from Equippers. They're about $97 a piece. I paid $15 for one and $23 for the other, which is a heck of a savings compared to $97 a piece plus tax. And I need 5 or 6 of them, I believe, from the way I have stuff set up. Let's walk over here and I will show you the cabinet or the lockers that I bought. This is what's going to be the break room / a bathroom. But this is the lockers. They're just like old school lockers, nothing special. They are kind of dirty and rough, but I do plan on getting them cleaned up some. Make them look a little better. But that's what that is for now. And let's go see what else we can get into. We're going to go up to one of the apartments here and work on pulling some more carpet. You see what all we've started up here. This is apartment number 3. I will tell you these apartments are kind of rough, but we are working on them. Trying to get them fixed up and actually into a much better state than what they are. I started pulling this up yesterday just to kind of see the condition of floors they are, and they're pretty bad. I don't know if we'll be able to salvage them or not. Now a lot of what you're seeing there is just leftover carpet padding and dust, but kind of the same in here. You know, years of abuse, animals being let go in here. It's pretty nasty. This is an old fireplace, so there's an old hearth underneath here, the brick that was below it. We haven't decided whether we're going to keep it or not, but here we go. Let's get started on pulling some more carpet. Okay, here we are. So carpet's out in both the living room in this unit and the bedroom. It looks really, really, really rough in the living room here, but it's not quite as bad as the bedroom. Bedroom area looks like there's either a roof leak, which there could have been because there are patches above at some point in time, or it was used as an animal bathroom, which very well could have been both, to be honest. It's hard to tell at this point. I don't know if the floors in here are going to be salvageable or not. I do think the floors in the living room will be salvageable. Now, all the splotchy stuff you're seeing is actually just residue from the breakdown of the carpet padding. The carpet padding is a petroleum product, so it literally just starts to break down to like a grease and oil, and it's sticky over the years. And the older it gets, the worse it gets. And this was pretty old carpet padding. Now, I'm not terribly worried about it. You know, there is a bunch of paint smeared and splotches all over the place, but that's the least of the worries. Now I've got to go around and do the actual hard part, which is removing all the staples that are holding the little bits of carpet padding down still, as well as all of the tack strips that are in the walls of every room. Sometimes they come up easy. Sometimes they're a bit of a fight. But that's the next task on the list. Okay, I just finished up the tack strips and staples here in Unit 3 in the living room. I'll give you a little quick look. It does look quite a bit better in person, maybe not on video. But I did get shop vac and everything. Now, it'll look a lot better if I even just come in with a scraper and scrape up all this thick build-up carpet pad residue. However, for now, I'm calling it quits. It's about 6:30. We've already made some money today. Changed from around the floor and on the carpet. But that's about all I'm going to do for today. I will catch back up with you guys when I start the removal for the staples and the tack strips in the bedroom for this apartment. Thanks for watching. Let's build something sweet together.